Welcome back to another dev interview on the Airsoft Move channel. Today I'm joined by Barney of Xenoverse Interactive because today we're going to talk about the upcoming AL1 DLC for Subwizm 2. And thanks, Barney, for joining me and answering some of the questions.
Hi, Julian. It's a pleasure to be here and, as you already said, answering some questions.
So I think first things first, like just for people who might not know the AL1 yet. So what makes the AL1 special? How would you describe
Excellent
it?
question. The LA1 is a battery locomotive. It's a true all-rounder on the Hamburg network. It's not only suitable for classic freighter car transportation, but also like for towing stranded vehicles, like for example the TT5. Its biggest unique feature, as already the name says it, it's fully powered by batteries. It also can operate with conductor rails to charge the batteries, but also without them, which make it more flexible to reach areas where the normal, like example TT5 wouldn't reach.
So, besides the L1, which other vehicles are included in the DLC? Is it just the L1 or is there something else included?
No, it's not just of the LA1 battery locomotive, it's also the LB6, which is the versatile freighter wagon. The LB6 can carry a lot of kinds of materials, from signals and sleepers to special cargo, like what is like needed for the across the network.
So, unlike the other vehicles in Subway 2, the L1 is not used for personal transportation. So, where exactly does it operate?
So the home of the LA1 is the Track Maintenance Workshop in Saarlandstraße, also known as Gleisbauwerkstatt Saarlandstraße. There you can find like a lot of storage areas, construction materials, maintenance materials, as also well a locomotive shed where the vehicles are serviced. Special attention was given on the art side, where players can even step into the inspection pit beneath the locomotive and take a closer look at like the brakes or how the bogie is modeled. The LA1 isn't just like Confluence Depot, especially during evening and night hours, it's active through the entire network. For example, on maintenance construction sections that also featured in the game. Players can head out at night, grab a locomotive, and drive to the next construction site themselves, deliver goods there. After delivering, go back to Saarlandstraße and keep on the game loop.
So, another interesting question, perhaps for a lot of people, is there any new scenarios coming alongside the L1?
Yeah, absolutely. The new variant scenarios have been developed especially for the LA1. In addition to just like Friday runs for constructions or for special occasions, player can expect unique missions such as towing broken down vehicles, transporting special cargo. There was a big question for like towing vehicles, so we took it to the heart to make it possible in scenarios. So there should be like two scenarios which include bringing DT5 to A to B or bringing a new one into the lines. The goal was to create as much variety and fun as possible.
So, basically, also covering the use cases of the actual L1 in scenarios. And how is the L1 included in career mode? How is that looking in there?
So in the career mode, numerous randomly generated missions are available. Usually take over the locomotive at the Saarlandstraße track maintenance workshop. The control center provides you with a mission briefing, including a destination of the work site. In other words, which construction area you're headed to. So between like or in like Berliner Tor. You then follow the assignment timetable. After successful delivering the materials, you bring the LA1 and its unloaded LB6 wagons back to Saarlandstraße.
Mhm. And now, perhaps interesting for a lot of the people who might be interested also in the developing side of things, like what were some challenges or what were the biggest challenges during development of the DLC?
Mhm. So one of the major challenges was adapting the familiar Subway Sim 2 gameplay to a maintenance locomotive, since it's like two different worlds. This requires introduction of new mechanics using like manual switch levers in the Saarlandstraße or like connecting different hoses while coupling the LB6 with the LA1, extra steps where the player have to get out before like finishing the coupling. Another complex aspect was like implementing the LSA Salenstrasse area, which operates under the drive on site principle. So there are no signals, so you can freely roam with the locomotives and wagon. Um, so in this area, the player has the full freedom to decide where to go without using like a route menu or signals. But you have to set the switches manually. So you have to get out of the wagon, set the switch, get back in, and then you can like create your highly authentic and open gameplay experience. A third challenge was designing the random timetables and scenarios. So like the missions to bringing construction material doesn't feel too repetitive. They needed to feel dynamically yet remain logical and coherent, and ensuring each round feels fresh and varied.
Also interesting to a lot of people probably is like, what values does the AL1 DLC add to the base game?
Excellent question. The battery locomotive introduced an entirely new dimension to the game. Freight operations within the subway network. It's an exciting contrast to the usual passenger service where like you drive from station A to B, let the passengers get in, get out, and with the new introduction of the LA1, gives the player insight into the behind the scenes of the work because the night doesn't sleep, so somebody has to keep the rails intact, the system running, even who do stick to the passengers, offering benefits from adding variety. As AI controlled freighter traffic makes the network feel more alive and realistic.
So these were some of the most frequently asked questions we received, and thank you, Barney, for taking the time to answer some of the questions we've been asked so frequently. And thank you all for watching the video. Feel free to join the SubWism Discord and leave your questions and feedback there as well. And also thank you for watching the video and commenting and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video.